Hello, in this video we will be finding inverse of a function using the algebraic method. There are 4 steps to find the inverse of a function, and they are listed here. They will also be listed on every slide. Once you found the inverse of a function, you can check to see if your answer is correct by plugging in your solution, which is the inverse of f of x, into the original equation. If this gives you an x, then you found the inverse correctly. Here's example number 1. We will start with step number 1. Replace f of x by y. Everything else in the problem will remain the same. Step number 2. We are going to switch x and y. Everywhere you see a y, you put x. Everywhere you see an x, you put y. Everything else, referring to the numbers, will remain the same. Step number 3. We're going to solve for y. So I need to move the 16 over to the other side. That gives me x minus 16 equals negative 4y. Then I must divide by negative 4. And I get y equals x minus 16 over negative 4. Step number 4 is replace y by this symbol, which is the inverse of f of x. And you have found the inverse of the function that we were given. Example number 2. Again, we start by replacing f of x by y. Everything else remains the same. Step 2, switch x and y. The x's become y's and the y's become x's. Everything else, we keep it the same. Step 3, we must solve for y. We start by subtracting 1 from both sides. X minus 1 equals y minus 1 quantity to the 5th power. Now I need to get rid of the exponent. So anything to the exponent of 5 would cancel out with the 5th root. Because those two are opposite, I'm going to do that. And I do that to both sides. Those two cancel out, and all I'm left with is y minus 1, which was on the inside. On the other side, I have the 5th root of x minus 1. Adding 1 would be the last step in here. Y equals 5th root of x minus 1 plus 1. Then we move on to step 4, and we replace the y with the inverse of f of x, and we have found our solution. Example number 3. Replace f of x with y. Everything else remains the same. Switch x and y. And then we solve for y. We start by getting rid of the 5th power. By using the 5th power to get rid of the radical. These ones cancel out, and all I'm left with is what's inside the radical. Multiply both sides by 2. Subtract 2 from both sides. I ran out of space, so I'll do it over here. Then the last step is, instead of y, you're going to put the symbol of the inverse of f of x. And this is equal to x to the 5th power minus 2.